Two tons of fun.
Well, alright.
Two tons of fun.
Well, alright.
Two tons of fun.
Well, alright.
God, welcome to Two Tons of Fun. I'm your moderator, the biased moderator, Mally. I'm here with Kaz and Quantis. What's up, guys? How was everything?
What's up? What up? What it be?
How'd the play go, Kaz?
Oh, it went. We had a wonderful open. Fearless 5 Dreams. No, Fearless 5 Space. Last year was Dreams. This year's Space. I got to see a play that I got to work on, that I got to get the inspiration from Malachi. It was an idea Malachi had, and we ran with it and got to see it live on the big screen. Went really well. PC went really well, and I got to direct a wonderful play called Just Like College by Denzel, who's a friend of mine and who's a really great writer and a member of Fearless as well. So yeah, but it went great.
I ain't gonna lie. I only watched PC. Well, I watched that one before, and I was just like,
I watched the one that he directed.
and I started that, and I was like, that's not for me. So I tried to support, which gets
okay.
Which gets into our topic today.
And you know what? That's
was,
really that's really appropriate, because the play that I directed was written by a Black writer as well. So there were 3 Black writers and 1 Black director. So that was a really amazing show of diversity in this production, and we had a diverse cast too. So
yeah, that's why we're gonna get into it. Yeah, so about to start this icebreaker. Yeah. So the first icebreaker, the icebreaker for the day is, how frequently do you support Black business? We'll start with you, Cass.
I try really hard to. One of the places I do it at least 2 times a month, because I get my hair cut, and he's a Black barber. But I try to do it as much as I can. If I see a Black business, I look at it, let's see if it's got some interest. Sometimes you just want to support.
Yeah. What about you, Quantis?
Well, I have to first of all establish the fact that it's a Black business. Just because Black people work there don't mean it's a Black business.
That's very true.
I'm saying
yeah,
so.
You know, I try to give the brothers and the sisters a shout, and I try to do business. I did that even when I worked in construction. Matter of fact, I did. I hired Black contractors, and it actually came out to be a blessing for me later on down the road.
So I'm saying, do you go out of your way to like support a Black business? Do you go out of your way, or do you only if it?
Well, it depends
fits?
about the demographics, because where I'm currently staying ain't no Black businesses.
Not true.
I guess the next best thing is to go at a place that hires Black people, and you can hardly find that. I live in an area that's like 2.5% Black, and most of that is my family. So
you are in this town that we live in, maybe so, but you live right next to South.
I don't want nobody to know I live with you, man. Just to put that out there like that.
I said in this town.
You only support the Black gay business.
Hey, wait, I said in this town. You assume that to be living with you.
Oh, so he just made an accusation. It's just true, Cass. Do you only support the Black gays, but not the Black straights?
No, that's not 100% true.
Well, yeah, he supports my business because I do contracts with him.
So, like, when I shop online,
I'm suspect Black. So
wait, suspect of your ethnicity or of your sexuality?
I said Black. You don't want to try to put that in there. I cancel that culture right now.
Quantis, your mic is a little low. Quantis, talking to it, I can't tell.
Let's see. How is it now?
Yeah, that's a little better.
You know what? I probably need to hold on, make a adjustment.
Mally, why did he say he canceled this culture right now? like someone in a pulpit or something.
You know, they be like, loose that spirit. I bind cancel culture in the name of Jesus. It did
That's right. Come on now, say we bind the cancel culture spirit that is trying to permeate the black man and Dr. Seuss and who else they come after this week?
Dr. Seuss, they didn't do nothing to Dr. Seuss.
Oh, yes, they did. They tried to cancel Dr. Seuss, man. That's another program.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss pulled a few books. They pulled a few
of their own books. That was their decision.
That Redfoot, Blackfoot stuff, I think.
Somebody done infiltrated it. Somebody infiltrated Dr. Seuss been dead. That's probably his gay son that did it.
Hey, Dr. Seuss got a gay son.
I don't know. Everybody got gays in the family. They didn't invade it.
That wasn't about gayness. That was about blackness. They felt that some of the stuff was racist. It had nothing to do with sexuality.
Oh, because of the big lips on the.
Yeah. That's why they pulled the Dr. Seuss stuff.
White people got big lips. Look at Mick Jagger. Or if they don't have big lips, they go get the shots in their lips. Yeah.
I love how Quantis just pulled himself up and was like, I'm proud of that. That's what I have to say. And yes.
Mick Jagger. He's the next Dr. Seuss. You gonna write some black children books? Oh God!
There needs to be black children books. That's actually not. They have
idea. They have a lot of, and I support.
Well, that tells you how much I know about black children books.
I told you.
I have no children.
See, there further goes my argument.
There was not that many black children books when I was growing up. I froze.
I read.
You're not frozen.
I read Christian books.
No, you read Christian tracks.
No, but what I was trying to say because you said I only support gay black businesses. That's not 100% true. I do support black businesses that support the LGBTQ community.
You couldn't even remember all the letters.
I know. Y'all might well just, you know what? I ain't finna go through all them letters for them people. I just say the alphabet people. That settles it. Every day they add a.
Dave Chappelle gonna come and sue you.
Every day they add a new. I would say I'm older than Dave Chappelle. And I've been saying that stuff longer than Dave Chappelle. So he can cut that out. Dave Chappelle don't know whether he want to be in Africa or America. He need to make his mind up.
He live in Ohio, I think.
Yeah, don't come for Dave Chappelle. He's a good guy.
We're gonna cancel Dave Chappelle.
They already tried to. The trans people tried to cancel.
That's not the way you say it.
Oh, the transgender people? What?
No, but
the trans community. The trans community. Jesus, I'm sorry. I didn't mean no offense by it. Jesus. Sorry, any of our trans fans.
I'm trying to get to my point. When I go online, I find businesses that align with myself, and if they're black, I'm really gonna go out of my way to support them. Totally. There's a black hair. There's this woman who makes this stuff called Nene's Hair Boost. Woo! I use it. You know how much that costs to get 2 of them jars? $70. $70.
Ooh. Somebody phone ringers on.
That girl ain't black. She green.
This is when Madam C.J. Walker come up. Why that gotta always be it's like a stereotypical black business though. That's the only way to make it. Like, come on, man.
Hair.
Yeah, this is Madam C.J. Walker got rich off of.
Okay, but I mean, like, shouldn't
does the hair product promote naturalness or more so like whiteness?
Well, this hair product that I purchased is just to help. It's to help grow your hair. It's actually for every hair type.
Oh, it's hair grow.
Yeah, it's oils. It's essential oils and everything, and fights breakage and processed hair. It's not so much, but I think my whole thing is black people should have a say in $1 billion industry, which is hair, instead of giving all their money to a different person that's not even in the community.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. At first, it was like that. It's not like
something happened to your camera, Kaz.
At first, it was
Um,
like that.
something, yeah.
Yeah, something is going wrong on your side.
It's okay. I'm fixing it.
Okay. Well, moving on.
It's probably related to obesity. I guarantee you.
That's nothing. What are you talking about?
He
Just be so.
probably tripped over a wire.
You tripped over a wire.
No, I was trying to kind of not bring a lot of attention to myself and let you guys continue on, but my phone was ringing and I thought I had it on Do Not Disturb. So I was trying to put that on Do Not Disturb without bringing so much attention away
Okay,
from the show, but I
done got off topic. So, okay, Quantis, can you name? Can you even think of like any black-owned business that's vertically integrated currently, or even go back into your time?
What do you mean integrated?
Vertically integrated meaning like, for example, a food store that they actually raise the meat. They got the slaughterhouse, then they got the warehouse, then they got the retail store, all the way from farm to table. They control every aspect of the business. Can you name one black business like that?
The people on Stony Island that sell them bean pies.
No.
They grow their own beans?
I don't know nobody like that.
I think they might. They very well might.
What about, I'm just saying, go back into the past. When you were growing up, did those kind of places exist?
The church?
No, not all of that, man. You talk about manufacturing and all that stuff. The only thing I remember growing up as a manufacturing company was Beatrice. And that was a black lady that owned that. I think her store, her factory was 87th or 90, somewhere on the south side of Chicago. That's the only thing I can remember.
What did they do?
Libby's. They were they were canner, canning vegetables, and you bought them. Everybody bought them. White, black. That was a big business.
But then I think Malachi is saying, well, where did they get the aluminum from? I don't think that exists
in the black side
in the black community, at least not in a black America. Maybe in countries in Africa, maybe, but there was a lot of imperialism and white infiltration, and you still got other cultures that influence Africa. And
yeah, we don't have no conglomerates. Like it's no black conglomerate. Maybe Motown. Motown pretty much did everything, right? Until they sold to Universal.
Yeah, they printed their own stuff. Yeah, they printed.
But when you're talking about getting the natural resources, them being all black owned, I don't think there's a black owned pipeline that's out there.
So how are we gonna have real black power without something like that?
You don't. I think there are a lot of because of the do-it-yourself movement that we have. There are a lot of people in small businesses that are trying to do that. Like I think the place where I was getting I don't know what it's called, but that seaweed, it's like Irish seaweed, and it's supposed to be really, really good for you. But the people that I was buying it from, they were getting it from a black farming producing company, and it was coming to them. And so you pay a little bit more for that. But is that the world you want to see? Do you want to see a more equitable world when everything isn't coming from European or Anglo-Saxon hands?
Yes, this is the world. Do you know of a black business that's horizontally integrated? How they like monopolize like the other way? Like say horizontal integration is the opposite of vertical. So it's like they own Procter and Gamble. They pretty much own all of the soap, all of the laundry detergent. They own all Tide, all of those. Like that's horizontal integration. Like is it a black company that got something like that?
That don't exist, and you think there should be one. Like I said, with the hair care industry, with freaking chicken. All right, now I know that's a stereotype, but we love chicken. Why aren't we making our own? Like, why don't we have?
Yeah, because Chick-fil-A,
they Black Tyson.
There's
no Black Tyson.
Culver's, Culver's they got their own cows, don't they? Culver's and Chick-fil-A.
I don't know.
A lot of people do, yeah. So I don't think you see that. But is there room in the market for black people to have that? Yeah, but
man, how many do? They just ran the Harrods off 87 because they still paying rent. They ain't own their own store. They couldn't pay their new rent.
Exactly.
It's a lot of businesses that
But I'm just saying that you can't really, because
You
so
know,
how do you
you know
how do
who
you
I
not
think-
get priced out the market all the time? That's what happens to our businesses. That's why they don't exist.
But what this is causing is causing us to go in and make a lot of I guess special projects. And I think you could look at Tyler Perry as one of them. That's not like a normal manufacturing job, but he just said, screw you. You won't let me in Hollywood? I'm gonna build me the biggest studio in the world.
Yeah.
Screw you. I'm not gonna build temporary sets. I've got a hospital. He's got a whole town for his studio where the actors and everybody can live. So he just said, okay, you're not bringing me to the table. I'm going to build a whole entire new table. And I think you're starting to see that in hair care, acting, arts community, and organic, vegan eating, and do-it-yourself home repair. So they're not in the jobs that there's no way that we get access to the kind of capital Procter and Gamble has. There's no way at this time that we get access to the capital that the Walton family has. So we have to start building stuff up from the ground again. And as Black people,
but how do we get access to capital? How many black banks is it? How are we gonna get access to capital?
They're starting to become more. I think there's one called I'm not on one of them. I think One United, I think is what it's called. And that's like in 2 places. Then I just saw another one pop up that was backed up by a couple of industry artists. And then I saw another one
That's
pop
a
up.
killer,
So
Mike. I think that was called
about
Greenville or something. I can't remember.
Yes. So I think there's about 3 that are actually legitly out there that are either banks or credit unions. It's starting to happen. And what I truly believe, and that I've kind of whispered to a lot of my friends and family, is that it's the imagery of the original pandemic over 100 years ago, the 18 pandemic that happened in 1918 that devastated, and then you had the Roaring 20s, and then you had the Harlem Renaissance, and then you had all this industry boom happen. We're going into that next phase. This is looking different.
Okay, is it even a black union that's strong? Like just a regular union that can give black people jobs? Because at the end of the day, you can say you gotta go to school and do all this all you want. At the end of the day, we live in a who you know society, not a what you know. And until we start getting into places and knowing people, it's not gonna work, and we're always gonna be on the bottom. Like we gotta build businesses. So I'm just saying, like I don't know.
No, I agree, but I think we're realizing that now, and I think with all of there's such a pulse on everything that's Black. I work with a lot of white folks. I work with a lot of white folks. I have a lot of white folks in my circle, and they are really eager to eat up and buy Black content.
You had to think that long to say white.
I was going to say something else, but I didn't want to say it. I had to think of something that I could say.
We're trying to be filtered, Quantis, unlike you. Even though Kaz cursed twice already.
He was like, white folks. I thought he was going to say,
Crackers. Oh, crackers. That was a Chris Rock.
Because probably some of them white folks is watching. I'm non-confrontational. I'm not trying to start no controversy. All I'm saying is that because of what happened over the summer, because of, I think, what's going to happen this summer in this country with Blackness and fighting to be seen, you're seeing this resurgence. There is a pulse of all things Black right now. Black people have been fighting for Asian Americans, for Native Americans, for Hispanic Americans. The civil rights movement wasn't just for Black people. We said we're going to include everybody else in. And for some messed up reason, Black people got put at the bottom of everything that we have started. The Me Too movement, our music, putting white people on Black music covers. I just started writing, and like you hear that it's an automatic that you think that the character's white. You don't ever think that the character could be Black. And the way I wrote my play, PC, I made everyone non-gender fluid, race ambiguous. But the simple fact is, if you give that to a regular person out on the street, or if a regular person reads this, even in the Black community, we don't think that we can be those characters. We default to white. And what I'm saying is, there's something happening.
All right.
Something
All right.
in the
With that said, we're gonna get into the segment, our rank it segment. Rank these civil rights leaders and their movements. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Huey P. Newton. Starting with you, Quantis.
Hold on. I see it. Okay. Rank them. I will rank them according to importance to our community, not the ones I like, because the ones I like would be different. So if you want to rank them as far as importance to our community, I would put Martin Luther King first, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, and Huey P. Newton.
Okay. What? You talking about importance? So, okay, who do you like the most? Which strategy? Okay, define the strategy. Like, to me, I'm going with Marcus Garvey first, because I think his strategy is the best. We might have to separate from white people. I'm sorry. We might have to go back to somewhere. I don't know. We need it. I think we need our own state.
That's the same thing that Malcolm X was talking about.
Malcolm X is a little different. Malcolm X was a little more focused in religion. Garvey was more focused in blackness. Malcolm X was preaching a religion, and you convert to this, and this is going to.
That was in the early stages.
Okay. Yeah, and Huey P. Newton was an activist, and they did a lot of good stuff, but they didn't play their cards right. Cause
I didn't like their strategies. It was too radical. But I'm a Pan-African type of person. I really don't care about inclusiveness. I think that's a Trojan horse, to be honest. I think that it came in. We welcome it, but it's really not for us, because what it does for me, it diminishes the movement of Black people, because we've never really had an equal playing field. And thus, we're still talking about reparations to this day. The only people that I know that are actually going through with it is Evanston in Chicago. That's a whole nother story in the Chicagoland area. So, but I think that the inclusion movement diminishes our voice. I really do. So we talking about Black businesses, or we talking about minority businesses. I believe that it is a time where the so-called minorities should come together, because we are actually the majority in the world, and the other people are actually the minority. So that's a play on words as well. But yeah, I pretty much believe in building up you first, then reaching out. And so do other people. You know, when I go into cities and stuff, there's Chinatown, there's Little Italy, there's Little Mexico, but Black folks stuff ain't called Little Africa. Matter of fact, we've been taught to hate Africa. Black folks stuff is called the ghetto, the hood. We short it to the hood. We don't even call it neighborhood no more. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff, man, that I think that we need to do self-love, self-appreciation before we start including everybody. That's just me.
Okay, Kaz, rank them, and then you can rebut that.
I was gonna say, I think King, Garvey, Newton, X.
Okay.
Those are all really difficult ones for me to pick, because my strategy to things are a very big difference than a lot. And I agree with Quantis in some aspects of that. Yes, you have to. How can you get the speck out of your friend's eye if you got a plank in your own? I believe you do have to take care of yourself first. However, I think the Black community as a whole, we scream that we're not a monolith, but we keep putting ourselves into a monolith box. So it's very confusing for me to say, I want to take care of Black things first, when I don't really feel so included in Black things. And so for me, inclusivity is vital to my success and existence in the world, because I don't get everything I need from the Black community. It's completely shattered in ways, to that we've created. The Black community is shattered in ways that it cannot help itself.
So okay, since you said that, so define Black. What does Black mean? So is Black is real weird.
What does Black mean to me? Or what
so okay, like Quantis was
Black?
bringing up Little Italy, Little Mexico. That's real easy. Them people just came from over there. They all grouped together. They speak this. They got the real similar culture. They saying Black is such a spectrum. It's so wide and it's so weird. Like because all three of our Black experiences are different.
Exactly.
Very, very different.
That's what that's kind of what I was alluding to. That the Black community is fractured in a place that it cannot even come together.
So what's the common theme that we can come together around then? It's got to be
our
something.
Blackness.
Just this.
Our Blackness.
Just the skin.
Our Blackness and the commonality that no matter where we go, we are looked down upon as Black people. That is something that we do share in common with, and we do want to get up from under. But until Black people as a whole can accept that if you believe in this God or you believe in Islam or you're gay or you're transgender or you don't fit into the normal societal roles, until we can just say, I accept all of that, as a people, we're not going to thrive or survive. You've literally got a movement in the Black community that simply wants to replace the white oppressor. And as a minority of the Black community, by being a gay man, or if you're a woman, you're a minority in the Black community, then that doesn't appeal to you. You've just replaced my white oppressor with a Black one. Whoop-de-doo, I'm still being oppressed. So we have to learn how to love all of us so that we can fight oppression. And I think that has to be done with inclusivity. But what I'm saying is that what I hope is that my partners that are Hispanic and Asian and white and all of this see that Blackness has contributed to so much in our society. It's now time for you to give back to us.
Okay. So if you had to guess, both of you, if you had to guess, how many Black startups go public every year?
3.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to these. I want the audience to look them up and find it later. I didn't do the.
I mean, like startups. You know what? That was poor of me. It's probably
go public meaning they go public and can trade on the stock exchange.
We get
3.
that.
I'll stick. That's what I thought you were saying. I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna stick to my 3.
But does the going public determine whether I'm successful?
That's how you create wealth. You see these little 24-year-olds going public when Facebook IPOs, Google IPOs, they go, all these companies, a lot of them go public and fail. They fail, and they sell for billions.
But going public doesn't necessarily mean that determines whether I'm wealthy or not. You know, my definition of wealth is tools and labor applied to raw material equals wealth. So public doesn't necessarily mean that if I don't go public, I'm not successful. That the Wall Street doesn't determine whether I'm successful or not. I disagree with that.
So do you want to detach from the whole white structure and the economic structure, or do you want to make it in this system?
I want to build vertically. Okay, like you said in the beginning, that's how we do. Wall Street be done messed you up, man. I'll give you an example of even sports, the sports industry. When Black people had their own sports, the Negro League, we created jobs for vendors. We created, and even though some of them were owned by white folks, it was still catering to the Black community. And it kept the athletes. The moment that we integrated, the moment that we began, Jackie Robinson came into the Major League Baseball, what it did, it diminished the importance of the Negro League. And guess what? Eventually, the Negro League got eliminated. Why? Because we want to be included in every freaking thing. That's the problem with us today. We always want to be included, and we feel guilty if we don't be included. Well, don't nobody else care. Chinese food. Bruce Lee still gonna do his thing. He gonna do what he gonna do. But we always gotta blend in, and that was one of the weaknesses, I believe, with Martin Luther King, even though I put him on the top of the list. So being included in Wall Street doesn't mean that I'm successful. You can have Black Wall Street, as far as I'm concerned. We don't have to be a part of their system to be successful.
So, Shit, my battery.
What happened? Now you gonna look. He ain't prepared. He always talking about somebody being prepared. Now this nigga ain't prepared. Look at him.
Hey man, my thing got kicked out. My battery is finna go off. What are you talking about? Chill out, dude. Jesus, I was trying to do it on the slide while you was talking, but you gotta call somebody out all the time, Quantis. Jesus. No. But okay. What's the rent to own ratio in the black community? What do you think that is?
Well, how do you fix that? How do you fix the rent to own?
I'm just saying, until we start calling out these are the, we have to dissect this shit.
To go jump into this big multi-million stuff. It takes a village to raise a child.
It does.
It takes a village to raise a business. So until we get to that point and we do business with each other, like you said in the beginning, that's when we're gonna make change. All the other stuff will start taking care of itself.
So I'm going to use an example that I used earlier about a black business that is moving horizontally in the industry. I'm not a humongous fan of this person's work, but I believe in their vision. And their vision has only been done, it has been done in a way that shows that you can focus on self, but you can also be inclusive. And you can also move in that realm. And that's Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Yes.
Tyler Perry movies is black movies with black actors, and then he sprinkles a little.
There's white, and that's him being it. And that's what I'm saying. Being that's what being inclusive is. And yes, Tyler Perry.
Let me put a little sugar for the white folk. He do exactly what we used to do.
Oprah Winfrey is another one that did it. Oprah Winfrey is another one. These are billionaires.
Oh no, you didn't bring her up.
Tyler Perry. If it wasn't for Oprah Winfrey,
talk about Oprah.
You can't have one without the other.
Man, look, Tyler just left Oprah. Okay, he went and got a sweeter deal.
Yes, it's called Stepping Stones. Oprah was a stepping stone. She paved the way. You're talking about, wait, I want to say this because you just said we got to do this thing.
Oprah needed Tyler more than Tyler needed Oprah, baby.
Can I finish?
If it wasn't for Tyler, OWN was going to be owned by somebody else.
I think it already is.
Okay, let me finish.
Yeah, she already gave her shares up. She sold her shares back. She sold shares back.
And she's how much money does Oprah make?
I ain't no Oprah fan.
Okay, thank you. So let me just finish.
Right now. I ain't no
I'm going to tell you this right now. We've got two
people, man. Like Oprah.
I don't know, man. I like Oprah and The Color Purple. That was real good.
Let me finish. Oprah came from a broken home, was beat up, raped, mocked, ridiculed, and has become, I don't know if she's a billionaire, but I think she's damn near close to being a billionaire.
She was like 5 of them.
If it wasn't for Oprah, that was the stepping stone that Tyler Perry needed. And like I said, I ain't no crazy fan of Tyler Perry, but I support the man 120%.
Oprah needed Tyler. It wasn't what you think, bro.
They needed each other.
What you're not understanding. Thank you, Malachi. What you're not understanding. What you're not. When I say
about to go under, boy, do your homework.
Listen, but Oprah carries.
Tyler was not going under. Oprah going under. That's a fact.
Yeah, but their relationship started before OWN existed, and then she helped build him and put him into places with the right lawyers. Just like we just said earlier, it's a who you know, and he got to know her, and she helped guide him through how this business works.
Rhymes, and all of them people, and so that was the importance. But you're talking about a man that lived in his car. Has become a billionaire in a matter of under a few decades, and you got a woman that was raped, abused, and thrown that became an icon.
Wait a minute. Half the black community have been raped and abused. What are you talking about? Gonna make like
he's saying despite that she persevered. That's all.
Thank you. And what I'm saying is that it doesn't have to be this methodical, slow process. I don't agree with Malachi often about booming and injecting and demanding capital like he wants to do. I don't agree with him a lot about blowing up the system. But I'm going to agree with them here because we've got real life experiences that show us that you can be nothing and become something big in less than a decade. And I think that's admirable.
I agree with you on coming something big.
Yeah, you did that. You did that in 2 years, right?
You could be, yeah. You know how they say
Sometimes.
born again? I became big again. I had a big. I was skinny all my life, and then I reached the point where, you know what? I started hanging with church people. Church people, the most eatingest folks.
Yeah, Quantis.
Those are the biggest. Shut up! I'm talking, boy. You right.
No, show the people what you used to look like. Show them your picture. Show them your picture. Yeah, show them who Quantis was.
See, he appealed to my vanity. So hold on. There you go. There's Quantis right there, baby. Look at that dude.
Quantis was suspect then and still is.
Well, look at that. That's a fine man right there, boy.
You said in the first episode that you wouldn't date yourself. Why you complimenting yourself like that?
You look like somebody I met in a bar one night.
No, now that you brought up church people though, Quantis, do you think that's an issue?
Yeah.
We opened up. We got more churches than businesses. It's ridiculous. It's too many churches.
Because the church is a business. Be real with it.
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I'm gonna be nice to church people.
Because the church is it is. The church is a business. The black church has an opportunity here to do something good for once. And they refuse to do it. Everybody got their different doctrine. You got 5 different damn churches on one block. On one block. And this is what I said earlier. Until black people can accept all black people, we can't move forward.
Yep, you can't even get inclusion of people that have faith. You can't get all the faith people together. You can't even do it.
You can't even get all the faith people. You can't get all the gay people. You can't get all the poor people.
I don't care you're black, white, straight, gay. All people, especially churches and businesses, got one thing in common. They all got a bank account. And if you get all people to come around to that, that's why, what's the boy name? Big Mike, Fat Mike, what's his name?
Killer Mike.
He got the right idea. He got the right idea.
You did what that senator did to Kamala Harris. Kamala.
The senator's older than him. So you get why they doing it. You need to get out of it. Get them out the way. No.
That's the problem with y'all, this new generation. They want to correct everybody all the time. Look, it's a good thing. I think I'm doing good to get the thoughts out. Okay. It's hot as hell in the studio.
No, I'm with you. If we create, that's why I said earlier, how many we need credit unions and banks. Yeah, we can get everybody there. We can get more black people loans. I think the national rent to own ratio for everyone is like 1/3 of people rent, 2/3 own. I think it's flipped in the black community. So it's like 2/3.
You know, Kaz, Malachi trips me out. What? On one hand, he won't blow up the system. Then on the other hand, he want to go by the system as far as economics because he got his little business degree in economics, so he think this is right. Well, the whole ownership system is messed up. The mortgage stuff is messed up. The way the whole thing is set up is a ripoff.
I am agreeing with you 100% on that. So don't
blow that system up.
So, but until it can be blown up, we have to make it work.
I can't believe he's saying this.
I always say the same shit. What are you talking about?
Trust the process.
We keep telling them, infiltrate the process. Go in the process. No, blow the system up. But now when it comes to his... The ultimate
goal is blowing it up. That's the goal.
No,
that is the goal.
We tried to tell you that about politics, but you won't agree with it.
No, you just don't. Y'all don't listen to nothing. If you have, I got it in recording. I can show you me saying this exact same thing I'm saying. No shit, I do. I think it needs blown up. I'm sorry for cursing people, but like
you said, blow the system up. People should not be
paying.
People should not pay for $100,000 house 30 years. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's a rip.
It is. You know what? When I looked at my mortgage agreement the other day, I said I could have bought 2 of these houses. I ain't gonna tell you how much my house is worth because that's too personal. But I said I could have bought 2 of these houses for the price of one by the time you done paying off a 30 years.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
And do you know that I think the United States is one of the only developed countries that has this jacked up mortgage system. Like, because in Canada, I think they have 5, 6, I don't even think they have 10-year mortgages.
Australia, they have 10-year mortgages. We're the only
10-year mortgages. No one's got like
they got
20, 30
15.
years
They got
mortgage.
15-year mortgages that you can
Yeah,
get.
you ever see the notes on them bad boys? Come on, man. The system.
So it's the wages.
No, right.
I don't think
I'm
the
gonna
houses
tell
are
you
overvalued. I think the wages are too low.
No, the
We're not
houses
talking
are.
about the houses.
But listen. I'm gonna tell you this. If I have a baby and on their 15th birthday we own our home that we had that child in, that's amazing. But now you're saying you had a baby and when your son turns 30, you finally own your home. Like, what the fuck? Like, really? Like, no, come on. Like, I'm not a parent, and I probably never will be, because divorce and stuff. But
I don't think that would have worked anyway. I don't think that's never.
Go ahead, Kaz. I want to say something.
But if I gotta choose between my child's 15th year birthday and their 30th, I'm gonna choose the 15th, and that's even a long freaking time. And you got some countries that got 5-year mortgage payments. That's like having a car for 5 years and being done with it. Like, do you know how much?
Car notes though went to 7 years for a brand new car. You can 7 years.
It's usury. It's the interest. And then it's the way the loan is structured. That on the first part or the first third of this loan, all you paying is interest and very little to the principal. That's the system. It's set up freaking wrong. That's the whole system.
Because if they had you pay, why does it make sense? I lend you $10, Quantis, right? I said, I'm going to lend you $10 and I'm going to charge you 10%. So you owe me, what is that? 10 cents $11. On every. That's end up being $11 at the end of it. Now, yes, and that's how it should be, not this.
Yeah, but if you ain't gonna give me my $10 back to 30 years later, that's something totally different.
You will be able to pay it off sooner. They make it extended. And why do we have a system that says you have poor credit? You've got poor credit. I'm gonna charge you a 30% interest rate, because if I charge you more money, then that means you're gonna pay it off. No, why? I think people that got the worst credit need to get no freaking interest, because when I don't have no interest and I'm just paying what I'm supposed to pay, I can get out of the debt faster. But no, we got a backward ass system in this country, and it's sick, and it's all for the love of money, because we need people like Jeff Bezos to be fucking billionaires and trillionaires.
I'm gonna say this. You know why that system came?
White people.
Racism. That system came because black people were having their own money, having their own businesses.
I don't know who told me this. Who told me this the other day? Was it you who told me about black people started the lottery? Was it that you?
Yeah, they running numbers. Oh my God, you not black. What? You didn't know that?
They called it policy at the time. They called it policy. They were running
the numbers.
That's a whole nother program, Malachi. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole, because it's more than a rabbit hole. It's a whole.
Yeah, they locked black people up. The same thing they're doing with the legalizing the weed now. They locked all the black people up for running numbers and then created the lottery.
No, that's another excuse. But now, soccer moms in their kitchen, oh, darling, I just got this new edible. You gotta try it. But, 5 years ago, look at that bum on the street. I was talking to my cousin the other day, and I said, I want to write this play. I got a concept for a play. I said, it's called Black People Existing in Society. I said, I understand why black people want to just smoke some damn weed. If they got to deal with Karen and Susan and Amber and Ken and Kyle at the freaking office all day, I'm gonna want me some weed too at the end of the day, because some motherfuckers laughing about putting raisins in fucking potato salad needs to go somewhere.
That's disgusting. Raisins in potato salad. Really?
What do they put the raisins in? Is it the potato salad? Do they do that?
That just makes me want to throw up.
No. Well, wait. Do you know, so I didn't know. I went to somebody's house for things. No, and I went to Lutheran school. I was technically not ordained a Lutheran, but confirmed a Lutheran. But they had this dinner, right, with sweet potatoes. First off,
you didn't even get the right black religion right.
No, my mother.
I don't know how that's my sister, man.
But
I don't understand what happened to her, man. We came out of the same coochie. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I don't my grandma. What I'm saying is, boy, if any black person watching this, please comment. Have you ever heard of putting marshmallows on some goddamn sweet potatoes and yams? I was like, what is this marshmallow stuff? And the yams themselves were just like plain and butter. It was just butter, yams, and sweet potato. No sugar, no nothing sweet about it.
It sounds disgusting. What?
It was disgusting.
You ate it? Why'd you eat it?
Oh man, Kaz is
Can you
the
look
modern
at me?
day. Kaz is the modern day Mikey.
I had to eat a lot of white people food in my life. If I go to a white person's house and they offer me food, no, this is my mother's fault. This is probably why I'm fat.
I just lie. I'd be like, I ate already.
No.
I take that shit and give it to the dogs.
These people made me fat. I'd go over to their house and they'd be like, oh, you need to grow, because I was chubby already. And they're like, oh, you're so cute, you need to grow, you're gonna be a big man. Eat.
They knew you was gonna be big.
They kept feeding me.
Prophesying on
You know,
that.
no, you know what's funny? So I used to think, because people would say, oh no, he's just big bones. He's just big bone. Because I had to start wearing Huskies. My brother is 2 years older than me. 2 years older than me. Now, yes, I am taller than him. I thought we were twins for quite some time. And the turning point in my life was when I outgrew my hand-me-downs from my brother. Being raised.
What was that? That was 6 months.
He did it on purpose. He was just sick of wearing hand-me-downs. So he was like, I'm outgrow this motherfucker.
Being upper lower class black, because that's what we were. We were upper lower class black. Being upper lower class black.
I never heard of that one. Upper lower class black.
That's middle class.
No. Upper lower class.
Now my auntie was middle class.
You are Kaz, when you tell him you are not middle class, if you ever had a utility turned off. That's not middle class.
You wait. You're not middle class. You're not middle class. You right. No, wait. You're not middle class if you afraid to turn on the lights when you're going in the kitchen at 2 a.m. in the morning. That's when you're not middle class. Shoot. I was talking to one of my cousins and I said, God dang, I grew up in a roach-infested house.
Dude, I used to hate when I come over there and go in that bathroom and turn the light on. I'm so scared, dude. I'm like, oh.
My parents, if you're watching, you did a fantastical job with what you had. You were upper middle class, upper lower class. Dude. I'll tell you this though, we never went without a Christmas. We never had without a Thanksgiving. There might have been a friend on the wall.
That's why the lights was getting shut off. Buying stuff at Christmas time, buying pizza, you wanna know why we ain't got no black? You wanna know why we ain't got no black businesses? Spending all your money at Christmas, then you broke. Now you gotta use your tax money to pay your Christmas bills.
No, they don't. They use the tax money to buy a new car that's gonna get repossessed within 6 months.
No, see, we were upper lower class. We didn't have no repossessions, okay? The lights may went off for a few.
Y'all ain't had repo. Y'all ain't had repo because y'all was so bad that y'all used to. Our parents used to trade cars. They finna repo mine. They finna repo yours too. You keep yours at your house. I keep mine.
I ain't never did no stuff like that.
Y'all used to play the check game.
I didn't even have condos. What are you talking about?
You ain't used to play the check game, Quantis.
The check game.
That's
they
different.
Used to.
That's the check game. Every hold on, y'all talking over each other. Every Negro played the check game. I don't care what you're talking about.
Game? Oh, now that you know what? You know what's so scary? I was watching somebody's Facebook. They say, you know, you made it when you can finally put everything on auto pay.
We can't even play the check game now. As soon as you cash app somebody, it's done.
Oh no,
auto pay is a cuss word, boy, for a nigga.
I be coming downstairs.
That's why I ain't got no insurance right now. Them niggas talking about auto pay. Say auto pay. I don't need that policy. Get it. Why black folk ain't got life insurance? Auto pay. That's why I'm telling you right now. That's why black folk ain't got black people scared of auto pay, man. They don't give us no time to play with the money. You know, money in this pocket.
You gotta play with it. You gotta rob Peter to pay Paul.
Good Lord, that's a
You supposed to at least give somebody 15 days late.
I be coming downstairs and I used to...
Want some freaking life insurance? You want to auto pay that? Hey,
my life insurance.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait. When you die, do they auto pay your butt? Heck no. You gotta go through hell or high. You got the birth, you got the death certificate. you got the. Then they gotta do an investigation. Did he die right? No, nigga. If I sign this life insurance, then I want auto pay. Soon as I die, I want that money to hit my account. Then I get the life insurance. That's what we gonna do.
My life insurance is on auto pay. It come right out of my disability.
Oh my God.
They be like, we could just have it come right out of your disability check. And I'm like, but then that means my check gonna be somehow.
No.
But I used to walk downstairs, Mally, and I see my mom on the phone. I'm like, why are you on the phone? I'm like, you can just pay that stuff on auto pay or online. she up there on the phone, sending messages, paying this amount over here. I'm like, she's check game. She done found out it's called the phone game.
She got some kind of spider web going on, man. It's crazy.
Like, she done figured something out.
She is the queen of juggling.
This is why I was raised upper lower class. My ass ain't never went without because my mother is the finessing queen. My mother is the original Karen because her name is Karen.
Stop! No names! Here you go with this shit. I told y'all about these names.
Oh,
I was using the Mexicans last week, and they got right names. Don't worry about that.
If anybody know who we is, we know.
No, because your mom is finesse, she gonna finesse tons of fun. We're mentioning her name.
First off, she gonna be like, I came up with the name in Vegas because I said tons of fun because she kind of did, but we turned it into something else.
Find that picture. We gotta find that birthday picture.
Really nice going. You gonna mention that crap on? With the Minnesota Fats.
We gotta find that picture.
It's getting towards the end. Let's do this other segment. Which do you think is better, a black-owned business with a majority white force, or a white-owned business with a majority black force?
Ooh, you talking about somebody?
A black-owned business with a majority white force?
You take that over the other one?
Yes, I would.
Well, I know somebody.
I'm gonna tell you why too, but I'll let Quantis say his piece.
I know a company, a real construction company in Chicago. I'm not gonna mention them because I might sue me.
I know you're talking about.
But they built a lot of projects in Chicago, and they got a majority. Let me tell you something. What happened? Let me tell y'all this story. One day, this white guy was listening to me on a broadcast, and he wanted to come and visit me and take me to lunch. And so I said, okay, fine.
You sure it wasn't like that?
So no, this is real talk. So he said, as we going to lunch and stuff, I said, man, why this man? White people, they being nice to you. Something up, man. Something up. Either they want you or they want something you got. So I said, what do this guy want, man? He said, man, look, here's the deal. I can get government contracts for. I got the connection at City Hall. I can get all government contracts for your construction company. You don't have to do nothing. Just let me use your name. And this was in 1998. I never forget it, in Oak Park.
Your mama tried to escape. I'm sorry.
And I said, no. But he wanted me to put the company in my name, but I didn't have to do nothing. And they were just going to cut me checks every week.
You didn't want to sell out?
I didn't want to sell out.
So you think the sellout is killing our community, the Clarence Thomas?
Now that I look back on it, I should have took the deal.
Should have Clarence Thomas it.
I should have Clarence. No, not Clarence.
That's a sellout.
That's too far.
Wait, he was like, I
Come
should
on, man.
he had to catch himself.
More like Jesse.
No.
More like
Yeah, Jesse Jackson sellout.
Not Clarence, man. Clarence ain't got no more black in him at all. If you cut that nigga, he gonna bleed white. I promise you.
You ever seen his wife?
Oh, let's not even talk about that.
Okay, come on, stop it now.
No, I don't want to talk about.
Why?
No.
I ain't trying to talk about people, but
He got enough bad stuff with his character. We don't have to talk about his choices.
But I'm just saying, I just got this one question. Why when interracial marriages always happen, it seems like the white dudes get the good looking black girls and the black dudes don't get the good looking white girls.
That's another show.
Okay.
That's another show. We gotta straighten the moderator out, Kaz. That's another show. That's too far off topic.
It's almost had to end anyway. We was gonna let Cass say. I'm with the. I think the majority, the white-owned business with the majority black force is better personally, because there's more black people lives making money than just this one sellout getting all the money. I'm with Quantis.
Well, I was saying the way that I was thinking of it is the way I plan on buying my next house, which is I'm gonna have a white person go look at houses for me and work with the decorator and do all that things, and I'm gonna buy the house and then I'm gonna live there.
Decorator. He can't say decorator.
What's in that glass, Lauren?
Some bubbly.
What's this in parentheses? He, him. This is pronoun shit.
Oh, it's green, so you can't see what it says. Those are my pronouns to him.
So we pretty much assume that. That's default. Like in math, we assume that it's a one next to certain things, like imaginary one. When you look like a he, him. Oh, you're not good with math. Never mind.
So finish your point.
First up, okay. So all I'm saying is that I'd rather have if I have my business. Right now in the world, unfortunately, white faces will get me more money. And if I am who I am and being with my blackness, then I take my money that I get from my revenue and I put it in my nonprofit.
Are you gonna underpay the whites or something? Like maybe I might be down for that.
So who gonna do this house shopping for you? Do you have a person selected?
No, I don't yet. There's got to be a white person that I really, really trust.
I knew a black dude that had a real estate business.
And then I want to, like, at the end, on the closing day, like on the signing day where you have to come in and sign everything, I want to just walk in the room as a black man. And then they'd be like,
oh, you should.
Fuck. We should have charged him more.
Yeah.
And then sign all the papers.
It used to be a group that used to do that in the old days when they used to do that. Bernie Sanders was involved with it.
You need to, like, honest to God, like, if anything has taught me anything, is that unfortunately the world is still very, very racist, and there are still lots of racist people out there. You need to play the game. Like, you're in the game. Like, that's my whole thing. That's why I'm not a big blow up the system person and being all crazy shit. You need to fucking renew it. Like, I want a beautiful home and I want a white man's pride. I was thinking about this the other day.
Mally is not blow up the system.
No, I'm doing something legal in a few months. And I said, if they give me any issues, I'm going to say, I want to do this as a white person. And I'm going to bring up white people in my similar situation. And I'm going to demand that you treat me like if I was white.
We hit an hour. Let's wrap this up. Final thoughts. Quantis and then Cass.
My final thought. That was mine.
Okay, Cass. Quantis.
Well, the final thought is this. And we need more of a black presence first. We need more black people to front this move, because just behind the scenes it's not enough, because we have to think about those that are coming after us. And for those that are coming after us, we have to empower them with imaging is very important. It's very important. And I think the first thing is education. That's another system need to be blown up. That's the reason why we don't have black ministers. Yeah. Because the way we go about education is totally wrong, because we cater to one type of learner, and that's mostly to a listener. But everybody doesn't learn that way, but that's another story. So we got to change the way that we teach. We got to change the way that we impart. We have to change a whole lot of things in order for this move to come. Like I said in the beginning, we have to take care of us first. Other people, you can always take care of the stragglers. You're gonna always take care of people that are there, but we gotta take care of us first, and that's my final word.
All right, cool. That's it. That's a wrap.
Oh no, I gotta find a word.
You just said the other one was your final.
said
Go
the
ahead.
final word.
Go ahead on. Go.
All right, my final word is this.
Diarrhea of the mouth.
You need to change
If
them
you
pronouns because they need to be her and she. That's how women are. Wait a minute. I got one more thing to say. Come on.
Let her talk.
Go on, her, she.
My whole thing is treat me like I'm a white person, and then we get rid of everything else.